Yes, full screen, Andy. So you know it's going to be one of those after school specials. But yeah, a lot of people go through life, and it's if you're treated poorly, people always turn into the victim. How could someone treat me this way? Whether it's your boss or significant other, your family, your sports teams, just everyone. How could they treat me this way, right? But the thing is, what you tolerate is the standard. And people treat you exactly how you allow them to treat you, right? And if you don't respect yourself, they won't respect you. If you don't love yourself, they won't love you. And if you allow them to be a habitual line stepper, they're going to step over that line habitually. That's what habitual line steppers do. And of course, tying this into sports and the Vikings, because like I said, this is still nominally a football channel. It's like, as a sports fan, getting constantly disappointed and having bust free agents, having bust draft picks, having poor coaches, all that stuff, but you still show up. You give your hard-earned American dollars over buying season tickets, buying PSLs, which is you're paying for the right to buy your own damn season tickets, and then parking in concessions in every single day, and then you show up full-throated, full of hope, and then you're just disappointed year after year, game after game. Every single year, you're buying the brand new jerseys of the free agents who are going to bust and the rookies who are going to bust, and then blah, blah, blah. Right? It doesn't help end the cycle. Because the owners are like, all right, so we're putting out this bad product and people still show up. We're still selling out every single time, even though we're going 8, 9, 7, 10. Oh, okay. This is good business. But hey, sometimes you have to take a stand. And I know that it hurts because we love our sports games, but you got to vote with your feet and your eyeballs and your dollar. All right. So if a team isn't living up to your standards, which if they're not competing for championships, if they're not doing this, not doing that, yes, support and love your team, but maybe don't renew those season tickets if it's constantly just a disappointment, or if they're making poor decisions, or if they're doing this, that, the other thing. It's like, hey, we love the Vikings, obviously. 13 wins, first year of Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, fantastic. Division title, fantastic. But build upon that. This cannot be the high water mark for the next 5 to 10 years. It can't be. We're not going to sit through a bunch of 7 and 10, 7-win seasons, 8-win seasons, 6-win seasons, and just constant turnover. No, we ain't going to do that and be like, right? Remember that division title back in 2022? That was great. And then also you lost in the playoffs to Daniel frickin' Jones at home, giving up 31 points and 431 yards. But not that I'm bitter about anything, but if you tolerate that, if you still constantly tolerate that, that will be the standard. That is how they will treat you. Or if you're at your job and you go in, you work your ass off, you don't complain, you don't take sick days, you don't do anything, right? But passed over for promotions, just constantly overlooked. New people being hired are being hired at a higher rate or better perks. And you're afraid to say anything because you don't want to rock the boat, because you need this job, because, it's close to your apartment. You've been here. If you're here for another couple years, you'll get that mandatory $1.12 raise per hour. Congratulations. But you don't get what you don't ask for. And people will treat you how you allow them to treat you. And go to your boss and be like, hey, is there anything more that I can be doing here? Because it seems like I'm giving my whole ass to this job. It seems like I'm the best damn employee here. And it seems like I've plateaued. All right, so I'm not feeling valued here. What can change to make me feel valued? Or otherwise, I'm going to bounce. And maybe the boss is completely oblivious. I mean, that certainly happens. Like, hey, you are literally my best employee and I'm overlooking you. That's on me. That's on me. But that's where open communication comes in. Because guess what? People aren't mind readers. So if you don't let them know how you feel or how situations are making you feel, I mean, that's sort of on you. Then, of course, the big one, significant others. All right, so say your significant other takes you for granted, or they're not supporting your dreams, your goals, your visions, like what you want to accomplish in life. And it's very easy to get complacent in relationships, especially long-term ones, because sometimes people get lazy, sure, but sometimes people just reveal their true colors. Because when you start dating someone, it's very easy to put on a facade. It's like, yes, of course, I love sushi. Yes, of course, I love skydiving. Yes, of course, I love 90 Day Fiance, right? But after a while, once you got that relationship committed, facade comes off. Absolutely, man. And it's very easy to get to, you're not going anywhere. Why should I burn extra calories to prove that you're a priority? It's easy to get lazy, because especially When you sign a lease, oh, we moved in together, oh, we're married, oh, we got kids, oh, we got a house, oh, we've been together so long, oh, where are you going to go? It's like they have a monopoly. And companies that have monopolies do very little in terms of innovation. It's just like, oh, what are you going to do? Yeah. Oh, what are you going to do? Are you going to buy your electricity and buy your water and buy your sewer from somewhere else? Best of luck. And people are afraid to speak up because they're like, I don't want to fight. I don't want to rock the boat. Oh, you know, he was good to me like a couple months ago, so he should get credit for that. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit, right? Or it's like, hey, people just deal with it, and life is all about compromise, and people like go into that mode. Like they put on that armor, they go into that shell, just like, you know, maybe my dreams were stupid, and maybe they weren't worth supporting, or maybe I should just settle, or maybe they're right, and maybe I truly am nothing, and just like whatever. That's where it gets dangerous, because you see lots of people where they stay in bad relationships because they're afraid to make change, or they're afraid to speak up, or they're afraid to stand up for themselves. But to a degree, it's sort of on them, because like the theme of this is, what you tolerate is the standard. And sometimes that standard becomes a reality, and then you just live it out. All right, so if you're afraid to stand up for yourself, it's like, hey, I don't feel supported here. Hey, I don't feel loved here. Hey, I don't feel X, Y, Z. Again, that's kind of on you. Because again, people are habitual line steppers, and they'll take a step forward. Oh, they didn't say anything, I'll take another step forward. Oh, they didn't say anything, I'll take another step forward. Oh, they didn't say anything, that is the new standard. So you got to keep moving, man. And then also with family as well. It's like you go to your mom and be like, you're a young kid, you want to go to your mom and like, hey, I want a job in tech, and I want to move to the city. And be like, oh, that's so stupid. Like none of your family has ever moved to the city. None of your family has ever graduated from college. You just get a job here. No, that's ridiculous. Or with yourself, where it's like, hey, eating bad food, not working out, wishing that you could change, but you never do. That's your standard. Right? So what you tolerate is the standard for yourself as well. You know, same thing with finances, where if you're not saving money, if you're staying in debt, you're not becoming financially literate, not learning about investments, that's the standard. That is the standard that you're setting for yourself. People, including yourself, treat you exactly how you allow them to treat you. All right, so you have to have some self-respect. You have to stand up for yourself. Like, hey, if someone is not meeting the standard, like if someone is not respecting you the way that you deserve to be treated, you got to speak up. And if they persist, it's time to move on. That's really how it goes. And that goes with your job. That goes with your sports teams. That goes with yourself. That goes with significant others. That goes with family. That goes with everything. All right, so treat yourself with some damn respect. And remember, what you tolerate is the standard.